Hello, welcome to SquishiVision, where I'm reacting to episode 6, Where Is He? Of season 2 of Rings of Power, which is last week's episode. I missed it on a Thursday. I think I watched it on over the weekend. And I just look, I'm a very sleepy. I have chronic fatigue. Okay. Staying awake after I've eaten dinner and watched food. Watch the show whilst eating dinner. Staying awake is just very hard. Which is why I have to squeeze it in to whichever time I can. And right now it's 10 minutes before I need to go off and get ready for work. So we're going to do a very quick reaction to what I can remember of last week's episode, which I don't actually know which day I watched it on. It might have been this Monday. I can't remember. And then hopefully, we'll be able to watch yesterday's episode tonight. And then I've still got to catch up with 3 episodes of It Was Like a Fur All Along. But yeah, so this wasn't a decent episode. There was I think this was probably maybe the first episode where we got to see every single group of the people, every single kind of protagonist group featured. Whereas usually in the previous episodes they've always had to be one that was sacrificed. And there was, I think, some of them were just token appearances. I think the stranger's appearance, I mean, the ones that had the least to do, but it was still in it. The stranger, who basically got given a choice between save Nori, who is being prophesied to be captured and tortured and die, or do your destiny, and then Bombadil just kind of vanishes. We get the I think the briefest one scene appearance from Elrond and Gil-galad, which is basically Elrond being like, "This is what's happened to Galadriel," and Elrond's like, "We can't go to war anymore. We've missed the boat." I think actually literally missed the boat. Which is this day, I guess, to I mean, that could be being in any episode, but it's just kind of here. It's kind of what happens when you have an ensemble plot. I think also Nori and the other halfling, I've forgotten the name, appearance is also kind of just briefly put in there. But you have a bit more kind of of a vigor of a scene, is more kind of oomph behind it, as they basically agree that they conclude that, well, they discuss their choices, and their choices either they surrender themselves to save the group that they're hiding with, being very well aware that they will have the information about where the stranger is tortured out of them. And they seem very, very kind of casual about even positing being kind of tortured. They're there's no fear in their eyes about that. Or they continue hiding, and they resolve that their whole guiding principle this entire time has been the stranger is important for the safety of the world. And if they argue Gandalf, that is true, and that is worth taking a risk for. And they decide the third option, which is to fight. So we'll see. I mean, it's fair. They've already fought 3 beings of something a few weeks ago. So what's a biker gang really to that? And then we get most of the plot, I think, from from the others. I think the next least is following from Galadriel's capture. It's a bit of a confusing sequence, I think. Adar is all about how he wants to have a alliance with Galadriel because he feels like he needs Galadriel's help to kill Sauron, and he's like, but in return for this, leave us alone to live in peace of Mordor. And Galadriel's like, no, screw that, you're all orcs, you're gonna all get killed. And then it keeps talking, and then eventually gives Adar the information that they were really looking for, which is where the rings are and how to get them, but also not really how to get them. And then he kind of leaves her alive anyway, and then starts his attack, but with no kind of real assurance that he's going to be able to get the rings that he feels like he needs to defeat Sauron. So I mean, I kind of get what's going on, but it's not insanely clear. I'm speeding through this because I know if I kind of try and ponder at any point, I'll just get myself stuck in a trap. And also, I have to go 5 minutes, and I've kind of misjudged the timing because I've only just had my coffee, and I'm not gonna get done in 5 minutes. So yeah, well, and then I really, 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 really enjoyed the Numenor scenes. The actors who play the Numenor actors, especially the actor who plays Elendil, and the actor who plays Miriel, do a really good job of kind of like emphasizing this deep political Shakespearean drama of man that is ongoing. I mean, the depth of emotion and like raw, earthy kind of. I say this every time, but like that guy is really good at what he does with the character. The way that when then Elendil's daughter hugs him, and he lets down his guard, and he's like for the first time in like ages is just able to just be a father, and you can see the amount of relief on his face that he's able to like just be back. He's in prison, he thinks he's gonna die, he thinks he's lost his son, he thinks he's lost his daughter, and he gets to be a father again, and there's like a relief in his face. And then his daughter disappoints him with his comment about pride, with her comment about pride, and the flip, and it's just tense. The back and forth between him and Muriel. Even the bit where he's like, it's just so badass. He's like, he's chained and he still like kind of points, and it's kind of because of the chain. He's like contort his hands like this, but it's just a really like badass stance to take. And then that all kind of concludes with them having to do the test by the Valar, and this big giant space sea worm appears, drags down Muriel, who volunteers as tribute instead, and is like, "Nah, you're good," and throws him back out again. I don't know I can't tell what the mentality of the populace is. Like, are they like, because like, are they against Muriel? They seem to like just be out for blood. I mean, which it's so real. I support for that. You just be like out for the drama. But I would have thought someone like normally in stories like this, people like Elendil, who are the war heroes, who are the veterans, get like the support of the people. I suppose these aren't the people; these are like the high upper class people, the court. But then when Elendil is like, Muriel is the queen of the sea, they're all like, woo! And it's like, you were what? Why did you flip flop? Again, massive fan of the dwarven plot, the dwarven dynamics, dwarven kind of arguing and the back and forth. The corruption of King Durin is tense to see. And the fact that the dwarves are like, and I love the whole scene where like Prince Durin breaks down because he doesn't want to fight his father, because there is that genuine familial love. And even Disa is like, your father was more of a father to me than my own father was, and it's just like such a really like fantastic scene to include in the narrative. But they resolve that they have to put their obligations protecting the kingdom first, and then now having to fight against their father, and you can just feel like with the whole sense of having to like combat your own sense of betrayal, doing that is engaging to watch. Why hasn't Caster Labs connected to my videos? Does it need to be reconnected? No, it's connected. It's not accepting. It's disconnected from Twitch. It's not. It's not connected to the chat. Should I reconnect that? Don't know why I'm doing that now during a stream. It's not important. No one's chatting. I think it wants me to relog into Google for some reason. Maybe that was why. Continue. Cool, we'll let that do its thing. We mean I currently don't have an active public stream. Very much do. I am public, right? Why is it not connecting to the chat? There we go. Now it's connected. Cool. Not that was anything important, but I was distracted by that. Where was I? So yeah, the dwarf, and then the actress who plays Disa just like commands this immense amount of screen presence with every aspect of their kind of performance. I mean, I'm very weak for a Scottish accent. Their physicality, their facial expressions. I mean, it's doing the whole like singing yells and flapping of hands to bring down the bats cannot be a very dignifying thing for an actor to do. So I commend her for going like full with it. And it's like this power couple against the whole Dwarven Kingdom is just like so fun to watch. And then finally we have the Region plotline. And poor Celebrimbra is continuing to be gaslit through and through. I think everyone who is a fan of the show has seen that viral content about the disguising of Erengria as being peaceful, and then it gets, and then we see what the actual reality is, the changing from day to night, how it's all done practically. But yeah, the whole Ada kind of like firming their grasp, Sauron firming their grasp on to Erengria. You know, it's basically to get gaslighting the show at this point. Not the gaslighting the show, gaslighting the show. Sauron's like manipulating his smiths, taking control of the city. As Celebrimbra kind of finalizes the final bits of the Nine Rings, and this week's episode is called Doomed to Die, which is obviously a reference to the Nine Rings. So it's a pivotal episode. So hopefully I'll stay awake long enough tonight, but also I'm going to a leaving drinks thing, so maybe it's a tomorrow thing. Not that I'm having a break tomorrow because I'm out at a Palestine rally. I bought these I don't know if you can see them because the green's going to obviously be keyed out, but I bought some pins. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think. I realised I've knocked my what have I knocked? Have I knocked my green screen or have I knocked my camera? I think I've knocked the camera. I've knocked something. There we go. Push it back. Push that around. Ooh, no, that's what something that's not right here with how this is done. Is that what it is? Was it trapped there? Is that better? No. Which side is that's this? Okay, that's what I need to go more. There we go. That's fixed. Okay. Well, thanks for tuning in, and see you tonight. See you tomorrow. I've got a new internet, so I need to experiment with increasing the bit rate of my streams to see what I can push this to, or see. Well, first thing I'm gonna do is see if I can stream without using Restream on my gaming channel. And then once we've done that, we can experiment with some other stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye.